In LA this week,
It makes me more sad than angry.
Reward money being offered by both the city and the county to find the person or persons responsible for this graffiti tagging a Vietnam memorial wall in the community of Venice. I'm Gil Reyes with a story next.
I'm Anna Marcos. A street corner in South LA gets a new name and a new mural in honor of the first American Legion post in California. That's coming up.
I'm Rasha. Goel. Up next, how the city is spreading awareness about one of its most precious treasures, the LA River.
Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. A $30,000 reward is being offered for information leading to the taggers who defaced a Vietnam memorial wall near Venice Beach. Gil Reyes has more from Venice. Gil.
Yes, Yana, really disheartening to see this. This memorial wall in the community of Venice has been around since the early 1990s. Recently, someone or some group desecrated it. The graffiti has been removed, but the damage has been done. And now the city and the county are offering a $30,000 reward for information leading to the people responsible. Here's how it looked the day it happened. Vandals desecrating the bottom half of the memorial wall on Pacific Avenue. The wall had been a tribute to 2,273 U.S. servicemen missing in action since the Vietnam War.
It makes me more sad than angry that somebody would find any kind of value out of desecrating that.
Navy veteran Tony Madrano joins other area residents saddened by the news. Some stopped by to help remove the markings discovered on May 27th, but that could not save the names that were blotted out. Local leaders have offered a $30,000 reward for information leading to the taggers, $20,000 offered by LA County, $10,000 from the city.
I think we should take that $30,000 and clean up everything else around here. Let's go and look at the art that's been vandalized. Let's find the people that have done the original art and redo it. That $30,000 can be spent to refurbish it instead of trying to hurt someone or catch someone.
Artist Peter Stewart, who completed the mural in 1992, has since passed away. But there are photographs of the original wall with all the names. These will help with the restoration. The plan is to add protective coating next time to prevent future tagging.
I'd like to see it back to the way it was, maybe even touched up a little bit, because I think it's a great monument, a great reminder that people nowadays often forget about, that some people really gave a lot to give us all the freedoms we have.
In Venice, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Anyone with information is urged to call Councilman Mike Bonin's office at 310-575-8461. Well, LA Mayor Eric Garcetti has issued his 15th executive directive, and it encourages all city leaders to make homelessness their responsibility. Anna Marcos brings us more on the groundbreaking mandate.
We all own one of the most wrenching issues that we see on our streets every single day.
LA is taking a lead in fighting homelessness with a new policy by the mayor that could be a first of its kind in the nation. Eric Garcetti has called for the creation of a homelessness cabinet in which general managers from city departments meet regularly to share ideas on fighting homelessness. Each department must also develop an action plan and have a homeless liaison.
It's the no wrong door approach, that wherever you come to us, we're going to reach our hands out to you. Whether you show up at a library, whether you show up at a park, whether you show up because EMDs are called out and our firefighters are helping assist you, whether you come in contact with our criminal justice system, we're going to make sure that we help you.
The homeless crisis continues to grow in LA, with 27,000 homeless in the city and more than 40,000 homeless in the county. The mayor believes city employees in all departments, police, firefighters, city engineers, librarians, and more, must think outside the box to serve the homeless. One example of the proactive approach is the library system's new monthly event for the homeless called The Source.
It is a one-stop wraparound service where we at the library Library are bringing multiple agencies together, and each month there are additional agencies coming to the table here at the Central Library, county departments of public health, mental health, public and social services. And just in the short time that we've been doing this, over 250 people have been assisted.
The Department of Aging has also taken a proactive lead in preventing homelessness.
To let you know how engaged our city staff is currently without ever being trained, without anybody ever telling them to do this. In the last year, they reported to us over 440 seniors that they consider to be at risk.
The hope now is that with the whole city behind this and a $138 million budget to fight homelessness in the coming year, the homeless problem, which has become everyone's problem, will one day be nobody's problem. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Days before Hillary Clinton won California's primary, immigration activists gathered to weigh in on the presidential race and who's most qualified to lead reforms on one of the country's hot-button issues. Reyes reports from UCLA.
You just have to prioritize.
The influential Latinos sitting at the table agree immigration reform is long overdue. However, they disagree over who should lead this effort. Congressman Javier Becerra supports Hillary Clinton.
She goes in the most tested, the most prepared, the toughest of all the candidates, and she'd get to walk in there and be ready to start from day one. So there's one of the areas that I think Secretary Clinton has it over everybody else.
But disagreeing are immigration activists Erica Andiola and Cesar Vargas. They support Bernie Sanders for president.
A president cannot promise to get immigration reform done. That has to be done through a president and through Congress. So whichever candidate says, hey, I'm going to support immigration reform in my first 100 days. Well, good, but you know what? That's an empty promise.
Latino voices with differing opinions over immigration policy. The panel was hosted by UCLA's Club de Estudiantes.
I have Bernie supporters, I have Hillary supporters, I have even a couple of Republicans, and we have a Republican here on the stage to see how we can develop a way forward.
That sole Latino Republican on the panel is former Lieutenant Governor Abel Maldonado. He's one of several Republicans who've denounced presumptive GOP nominee Donald Trump for his disparaging remarks against Latinos. The panel asked Maldonado the chances of Congress passing immigration reform in the next presidency.
Any chance we can get there?
Zero. They don't want to pass anything. The Republicans don't want to pass anything. Why would they? That's what they believe. And the Democrats don't want to pass it either.
That's not true.
Then you've had the presidency, you've had the Senate, you've had the Congress, and you still can't get it done.
This is not meant to be a debate to try to tear other people down, but to see what areas do we agree on, what areas can we share information, how do we build a progressive policy going forward?
While getting young Latinos engaged in the political process. At UCLA, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
United Farm Workers co-founder Dolores Huerta also showed up. She supports Hillary Clinton for president. Well, it's a corner of South LA with a lot of history, but it's gone unnoticed until now. Anna Marcos shows us how a new name and some new art at an American Legion post can turn things around.
The unveiling of this sign in South LA marks a piece of history. This square is now named after the Benjamin J. Bowie American Legion Post 228, as well as its namesake, Benjamin Bowie, the first African-American soldier from California killed in World War I.
I would like to let everyone know, whether they're African-American or not, all veterans, we want to support them.
The new square has also gotten a massive new mural, which depicts African-American leaders from all 5 branches of the military, one of them a woman, as well as portrayals of the average soldier. The mural has transformed this tiny American Legion post, the first one ever built in California.
We've been really trying to use art, as I said, as a tool for economic development, economic revitalization.
And the idea is to show what war, the toil of war, does to the human spirit. Not to glorify war, but what happens to a person in battle and what happens to a person after he's relieved from duty and he's back here, back stateside.
As American Legion Post members, many of these guys and women have served their country during war, but many also continue to serve it in peace. They're involved in veterans affairs, children's, and public safety issues in the South LA community.
We get ready to feed the vets for Thanksgiving, for 4th of July, and every other holiday that we deal with.
I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
And that mural and the new square can be found near the corner of Central Avenue and 51st Street in South LA. Well, LA Mayor Eric Garcetti hopes more youth jobs will help reverse an uptick in city crime. Gil Reyes reports on a number of strategies, including one successful summer park program.
It's a ray of hope following increases in violent crime. The anti-gang program known as Summer Night Lights is returning, keeping city parks open late with fun activities for youth. This helps ensure they're supervised, off the streets, and out of trouble.
Even with an uptick in crime in the city, 20 out of the 32 sites actually saw no increase or a decrease last summer, against the trend of the entire city.
Mayor Eric Garcetti talks to nonprofits in downtown about a 20% increase in the city's violent crime last year. This uptick, however, avoided most of the parks participating in Summer Night Lights. The mayor believes keeping people engaged is the secret. His strategy includes adding more summer youth jobs when school's out. This year, 15,000 city-sponsored youth jobs are planned. That's 5,000 more than last summer. Many people blame recent crime increases to state laws that freed much of the prison population and did so without adequate job placement and mental health programs to help former felons re-enter society. With few options, many people say the formerly incarcerated are committing crimes again, reversing what had been years of decreasing crime numbers.
If we don't get right the reentry piece of this for our young people and for those who are coming out of the criminal justice system, it'll swing back the other way.
That's why the mayor wants former felons to be among the first to fill 5,000 new civil service positions. He's asking the job placement and addiction specialists gathered here to help the formerly incarcerated re-enter the workforce.
And believing in her, and believing in him to actually move forward and to transform their lives. You're the angels in the city of angels who are doing that. And you can count on City Hall to be your partner every step of the way.
In downtown LA, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
In 2007, Mayor Garcetti launched what eventually became the Summer Night Lights program. It was initially called At the Park After Dark. Garcetti launched it when he was a councilman. Well, the first of its kind exhibit is on display as part of the kickoff for LGBTQ Heritage Month at City Hall. Rasha Goel has more.
This Washington Post article shows same-sex couples rejoicing and celebrating their new rights as a couple. Their exuberance was shared throughout the country as states one by one legalized same-sex marriages, and their joy now being recognized at this Winning Their Freedom to Marry exhibit at City Hall. They are news articles and images that represent
a number of different days, a number of different eras leading up to the pivotal moment on the Supreme Court that made freedom to marriage the law of the land.
The exhibit at City Hall Eastbridge Gallery contains a collection of the front pages of major newspapers across the country, highlighting same-sex rulings across the states. And on June 26, 2015, the Supreme Court gave its stamp of approval nationwide.
It's also a reminder of the individuals, especially when you have the historic pictures of people who took a chance decades ago and they put their careers and their well-being on the line.
Ron Galperin, the first openly gay city official in LA's history, says the exhibit on the bridge also sends a metaphoric message of the work to be done.
We are on a bridge between ignorance and acceptance, between hatred and tolerance, between fear and embrace. And so, like all of you, what we have to do is to build bridges, and we have to engage in crossing those bridges.
And as those bridges are built, one thing is for sure. As Councilman Mitch O'Farrell puts it, this exhibition is about love winning the day. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
The Winning the Freedom to Marry exhibit will run at City Hall until the end of June. While from folk to hip-hop, Asian Pacific Americans brought down the house with a free concert outside City Hall. Gil Reyes reports from the Heritage Month celebration.
Tony's on a track, hoes out on mission, but they can't afford the cash.
The music was diverse like the performers on stage. They played rock, rap, urban reggae, and folk, the grand finale of the city's Asian Pacific American Heritage Month celebrations.
Proud to be Chinese American, proud to be Japanese American, proud to be Korean American, Pacific Islander, Filipino, and Southeast Asian.
Councilman David Ryu, LA's first Korean American city council member, organized the free event, dubbed the Pacific Bridge Concert. Comedian Jenny Yang gave a shout out to other Asian Pacific Americans out there.
Samoans, Chamorro, Tongan, Fijian, Marshallese, Palauan, Tahitian, New England's indigenous Maori, Tokelauian. I'm messing this up, I'm so sorry. I'm from Taiwan, I'm so sorry.
Performers included Tribal Theory, Aquafina, Dumbfound Dead, Joseph Vincent, Kevin O, and Run River North.
With the music, with the art, with the films, with the television, people come here to tell their stories. But for too long, we haven't heard the story of Asian and Pacific Americans.
We made it a point to tell everybody to bring your friends, to bring those who might not know about Asian culture or heritage.
So they could experience what Asian Pacific American artists have to offer. Outside City Hall, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Grammy-nominated singer Janae Aiko also headlined the concert. Well, 100% success for a program designed to help students achieve their college dreams is extraordinary. In Boyle Heights, it's life-changing. Rich Samuels reports.
45 students arrived for I Am College Track's first launch to college ceremony. Since before 9th grade, these future-minded Roosevelt High School students have taken part in a program designed to help reach heights they hadn't dreamed of.
I didn't see myself going anywhere. But my parents, my friends, my teachers, College Track gave me support. And I'm grateful for that.
We are a college preparedness and college completion program. What we do is we recruit students the summer before 9th grade, and we support them through college graduation. So we provide 8 to 10 years of support. Students come after school several times a week. We provide academic support, homework help, tutoring, ACT preparation. We do leadership development.
College Track has worked with students in underserved areas across the country. Thanks in part to entertainer will.i.am and his I Am Angel Foundation, I Am College Track Boyle Heights opened up in 2012. That first class of 8th graders is graduating today.
You guys did this, right? We would have been happy if it was 20% graduation. I would have been like, yo, I told you a couple of kids wanted to do it. But like all of you guys?
It shows in a community where only 5% of the residents today have a 4-year college degree. You'll change those numbers.
Our children here in Boyle Heights can achieve their God-given potential if given that chance, and that's what tonight's all about.
Adela Lopez, who nearly dropped out of school in 8th grade, found new hope thanks to College Track and her family.
They saw the potential in me that I couldn't yet see in myself. Putting all my faith in them, I signed up.
After 4 years of hard work, Adela is heading to Whittier College with a $28,000 yearly scholarship. From the true heart of Boyle Heights, this is Rich Samuels for LA This Week.
The College Track program was founded in 1995 by Laureen Powell Jobs and Carlos Watson. Well, the city hosts an event to raise awareness on an ongoing revitalization project. Rasha Goel has the details.
Louis McAdams, known as the godfather of the LA River and president of the Friends of the Los Angeles River, was honored as the LA River hero at the city's recent celebration of the 3rd annual LA River Day.
It's embarrassingly great, you know. I mean, I feel like I'm grateful to the river for allowing us to work there. You know, it's really a kind of mystical connection that I can't explain, or why I've been doing it all these years.
McAdams joined other organizations at City Hall to spread awareness and talk about the efforts being taken for the LA River revitalization.
I'm working to preserve the communities along the river as well. As we move forward, we cannot leave our communities behind, as well as working to create a permanent revenue stream that will allow us to improve our infrastructure, restore habitat, help clean up brownfields, and provide a more livable community.
The LA River is a 51-mile stretch that starts from the San Fernando Valley and empties out into Long Beach. Now, as officials celebrate Los Angeles River Day, they say there's plenty to do down here for Angelinos.
Kayak the LA River. You know, the first time that I kayaked it, which was maybe 5 years ago, and as much as I had been in and around the LA River for a good part of my career, it just felt different.
There's a lot of recreational activities that you could do in the river, like swimming, boating, biking, and also fishing.
Lou works with Friends of the LA River, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to protect and restore the natural and historic heritage of the LA River and educate the public.
It's our mobile museum where we take it to community events and schools to educate students and adults about the river's past, present, and future.
The LA River's vibrant past has helped inspire the preservation and revitalization of this urban waterway. In downtown Los Angeles, I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
For more information and updates on the LA River, visit lariver.org. While city officials kick off LGBTQ Month in LA, 2 new city apps open a window into the city's expenditures. A local decathlon team gets a special honor for the 5th time. All these stories in Citybeat. LA Mayor Eric Garcettis joined council members Mike Bonin and Mitch O'Farrell, Controller Ron Galperin, and City Attorney Mike Fuhr to officially kick off LGBTQ Heritage Month in Los Angeles City Council. 4 members of the trans community were honored for their activism and community service on behalf of all LGBTQ Angelinos.
We stand proudly, shoulder to shoulder, as one tribe. All people, all colors. Thank you.
City Controller Ron Galperin launched 2 new mobile optimized apps. Checkbook LA and Payroll Explore make it easier than ever for the public and policymakers to see how the city spends money. Checkbook LA has information on all the goods and services purchased by the city, while Payroll Explore makes it easy to monitor the city's #1 expense, payroll. Users can see an individual employee's pay and benefits. Galperin said the apps make the city's financials more transparent for everyone. LA City Council member Mitchell Englander joined Granada Hills Charter High School and the community in the unveiling of an official City of Los Angeles street sign honoring the school's academic decathlon team, which won its 5th national title in the last 6 years.
And I feel like it's an important message to send to the community. It's something that we need to represent our school and our community as one of the greatest in the nation. And I feel like that's something that I'm proud of.
Looking for a summer job? Well, Uber is hiring fluent Spanish speakers to join its growing fleet. Reyes has more.
Que viva Uber! Ride-hailing service Uber is hiring. This recruitment drive taking place at the Latino-based Salesian Boys and Girls Club for a reason. Their goal is to hire 12,000 new drivers over the next year, and they're specifically targeting Spanish-speaking job applicants. Uber has openings for its Uber Espanol service. Spanish-speaking drivers are needed to serve Spanish-speaking customers.
In government, we're constantly talking about job creation. And I'm hopeful that these new services offered by Uber today will be an opportunity for those wishing to embark on a new way to create more income.
Councilman Joe Buscaino says he frequently uses Uber, a ride-sharing service you can hail on your smartphone. There's no extra cost for Uber Espanol. Make the selection by simply pressing a button inside the Uber app. Economically, does it work out for you? Does it help you out a lot?
I guess it does.
Uber driver Beatrice Alvarez says she makes around $1,000 a week working full-time for the company.
People think that it's you work only weekends. Yeah, you'll make some money on the weekends, like $400 or $500 if you work, But if you really want to make money, you have to work full-time.
And the requirements?
21 or older. They have to have a car, 2006 or newer. They have to have their own private insurance by California law. And they have to have a social security number.
Uber hopes to drive the point home with more recruitment events in Latino-rich neighborhoods throughout the year. At the Salesian Boys and Girls Club in Boyle Heights, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Uber has also hosted sign-ups in South LA, Exposition Park, Echo Park, and Pacoima. While sample some of California's best wines while taking in a killer view of the city, global culture and music take center stage during some grand performances, and enjoy a film festival where filmmakers unleash their unique and uncensored voices. All this in this week's Things to Do. With stunning views overlooking the city, Barnsdall Park welcomes Angelenos 21 years and older to sip wine, picnic, and watch the sunset for another not-to-be-missed season of wine tasting at the iconic cultural destination. Marking its 8th season and attracting sellout crowds, the renowned Barnsdall Friday Night Wine Tastings, the Foundation's signature fundraising event, returns to the Hill and continues every Friday through September 2nd. The wine tasting takes place on the West Lawn from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. For more, visit barnsdall.org. Grand Performances brings artists and audiences together by thoughtfully curating an array of music, dance, film, and spoken word, featuring great artists from around the globe in our very own streets of LA. The event connects Angelenos to art and artists, artists to audiences, audiences to each other, and gives Angelenos a unique experience, from bombastic and grand to intimate and thought-provoking. On Saturday, June 18th, check out Soy Africano at 8 p.m., and on Sunday, enjoy Flutes Across the World at 3 p.m. at the California Plaza. For more, visit grandperformances.org. The Hollywood Fringe Festival is an annual open-access, community-derived event celebrating freedom of expression and collaboration in the performing arts community. Each June, during the Hollywood Fringe, the arts infiltrate the Hollywood neighborhood. Theaters, parks, clubs, churches, restaurants, and other unexpected places host hundreds of productions by local, national, and international arts companies and independent performers. This free-for-all approach underlines the festival's mission to be a platform for artists to exhibit the most diverse and cutting-edge points of view the world has to offer. For show locations, dates, and times, visit hollywoodfringe.org. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kay, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.